Well, hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee, and we got a busy couple days. I didn't have nothing going on yesterday. I was busy continuing to clean my mother's house out. We still have to get that all ready and get it ready for selling. I've got 3 beautiful recipes here that we're going to do today, and 2 of them are going to be part of the Christmas gifts for the video we're going to do tomorrow. So I told you we were going to send Christmas gifts from our pantry that make wonderful gifts and that are very budget friendly. And then the third one is just a bonus. So we are going to make granola because I've got several of my friends who love this stuff. And I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful almond and cranberry granola. Except you can add, you can omit the almonds and cranberries. You can replace it with anything you want. But this is a beautiful granola recipe. And it makes a wonderful gift. Very affordable as well. And then the other thing we're going to make is, who doesn't love bread? So we're going to do a chocolate chip pumpkin bread. And I've got a beautiful recipe for that as well. So that's going to be nice. Now, our little bonus is we went to the store yesterday. And my husband loves eggnog as well as I do too. But for this little bitty, maybe, I don't even think it was a whole quart. It's just a little tiny jug. It's like $5. And I said, oh my goodness, no, we're not buying that. I said, we're going to make some. So, our third recipe that we're going to do our best to get to today is eggnog. So, granola, chocolate chip pumpkin bread, and eggnog. And you can even give eggnog as a gift. Or if you go to you're going to a party, it's going to be easy to make some eggnog to take. And what a lovely present that will make anyway. I also got my, let me see here. I also got my little, I put them in there before it started. I also got my cookies in there for my, oh my goodness. Thinking, my blossom cookies, my peanut butter blossoms. Those are in there because my friend, bless her heart, Wanda, I love you. She found me Hershey Kisses. I couldn't find them anywhere. So I've got to peel some of them up, get them ready for the blossoms. Oh, hold on. Get them ready for the peanut butter blossoms. And then my husband is at the store. I had to send him to the store to get me eggs and milk for baking and also for the eggnog. So, anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. I'm going to chat with you just for a minute, and then we'll move on to what we got to do and get started as soon as he gets back. Oh, I hate peeling these things. This is what grandkids are good for. They might eat half of them, but they still peel what you need. By the way, I got to spend all weekend with my grandkids. Every one of them was here. And they're just wonderful. We had a big slumber party. So tomorrow, we're going to start putting our Christmas goodies together. I'm going to put the Christmas cookie baskets together tomorrow as well. So we're going to have a little bit of a lengthy video. But I promise you, it'll be well worth watching because we're going to do some fun stuff. And I'm going to wrap up a few things. I got a couple other things to make for gifts from the pantry. And actually a variety of stuff. I'm going to do some, like a s'more, whatever you call them. The campfire s'mores. Well, I can make a little trail mix for s'mores. And I'm going to do that because that makes a nice little gift for children. And I'm going to send that to my next door neighbor's daughter for Christmas. I got to put cookie boxes together. One for my gal at the post office and one for my UPS driver who, you know, oh my gosh, bless his heart. I think I'm an Amazon junkie, friends. No doubt about it. And he's always the one to deliver my Amazon. He's a sweetheart. I was baking cookies the one day, and he knows my daughter. He does. He really does just live just like three blocks away from us. So he knows us. And she said something to him, and he says, no, I want some of your mom's cookies. So he's going to get a little cookie box too. But we're going to have fun. And I got some extra packaging to make some, you know, not meals in jars, gifts in jars. And I'm going to put together, I'm going to show you a couple nice recipes for cookies in a jar that people can make. And also, what is it? Oh, I hate when my mind's going 100 miles an hour because I got so much to say. We're going to do cookies in a jar. Oh, and it's soups. We're going to do a couple of soups in jars as gifts from our pantry. So it's going to be fun. And then I'll give you a whole bunch of ideas for more stuff that you probably already have in your pantry that makes a beautiful gift. So anyway, I got this almost done here. So let's get started with our baking. These, friends, the little peanut butter blossoms, the balls that I put together for it. Remember I did the real small scoops there? Oh, I'll show you here if you don't remember them. Get them open. They're just small. Just like almost teaspoon size. Rounded teaspoon. No, maybe they're a little bit bigger than that. But anyway, they make a perfect size for these. Oh, that one fell apart. That one's Papa John's. And these make a perfect size for the peanut butter blossoms. Perfect. I gotta peel one more. So we'll peel them up, put them on there, and then I can put them on the tray to cool off. And these will be, and then our basket, everything's ready for our cookie baskets. Look how beautiful. Those are gorgeous. Okay, friends, the first thing I'm going to do here with this granola is I'm going to chop. I'm going to give 2 cups of almonds, just a rough chop. And these are raw, unsalted. There's one. I could run them through my food processor, but that would grind them too much. And I don't want that. I just want just a little rough chop. So I just do like so. And these will be beautiful. We're going to need 2 cups of these. Yes, yep, 2 cups of almonds because I'm doubling this batch. And I will definitely put the recipe at the bottom of my video, but I'm also going to tell you what I'm putting in it as I go. But just keep in mind, I'm doubling this. And depending on, you know, how much you want to make, and you can either use this for your own pantry storage, or you can use it for affordable Christmas gifts. Okay. There's 1 cup. We're going to throw those right in this big daddy bowl. Okay. So now we got the nuts all chopped up. We're not going to put the cranberries in till after it's done. They'll burn on it. So you want to use rolled oats. You don't want the quick oats. You want rolled oats. And this is a double batch, so we're going to put 8 cups. That's 4 cups. I'm going to open this one. Maybe. Oh. We'll pull the plastic ring around the edge, it says. Okay. Ah, I hate fighting with that stuff. Okay, there we go. Now we got it. Now we're talking. All right. We throw these out. We're going to do, this is 5 cups, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we got that. So we got 2 cups of almonds and 8 cups of oats. 2 cups of coconut. And I'm using the sweetened coconut. You don't have to use the sweetened. You can do the sugar-free if you want. But this is a beautiful recipe. We're going to do 2 cups of this. There's 1. I'm going to eyeball that. I'm putting it all in there. I'm not leaving a little bit left behind. I'll put it all in there. Okay, so let's get rid of this. So I have a mess all over everywhere. So there went the coconut, 2 cups of coconut. We're not putting the cranberries in right now. And then we're going to put 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. We're just going to sprinkle that all around in there. So 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. This is going to be wonderful. You know, you can add pumpkin spice to this, apple spice. Cardamom is a wonderful spice. You would absolutely love it. Okay, let's set this aside. Now we need to work on our wet ingredients. So I'm going to get my little bowl right here. I've got 4 egg whites. This is what's going to give it its clumpy crunch. The big chunks, the clumps, that comes from the egg whites. Okay? So we've got 4 of them. We're going to do 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. All right in our little bowl right here. And there's half. Okay. Now we're going to do 2/3 cups of olive oil. And I'm using extra virgin. That's all I ever use. You can do any oil you want in here. I don't do canola oil. I don't even have it in my house. Not because I don't like it and don't agree with me. So I want 2/3 cups of oil in there. Okay? All right. And then to that we're going to do 2/3 cups of honey. I can take this cap off. And there's oil in there, so this honey will slide out nicely. So there's 2/3 cup. Look how nice that comes out of there. Okay. And that's it. Oh, we're going to do a pinch of salt. Got to do a pinch of salt. That just balances everything. Alright. There's our pinch of salt. Okay, friends. We're going to mix this up. And we're going to get this put on our trays. I forgot my egg whites. We'll put that all in there. I don't know what I was thinking. But I was gonna mix it all up in this bowl together. That's what my thoughts were. But sometimes it don't, you know, your thoughts don't manifest. Okay, so now we're just gonna whip this all together. Mix this all around real good. So everything is coated. That's why I like such a big bowl. Got lots of room to stir. Look at that, it's looking gorgeous. See that? Keep mixing until it's all coated really good. Don't leave anything out. It smells divine. I love that. Absolutely. Okay, I think I got that. Now we're just going to save, I'm going to rinse this bowl out and keep it in my kitchen because when these are done, we're going to use that bowl to mix the cranberries in. Okay, so we're going to do one. Let's see, we'll go this way so you can see. We're going to lay that out there. And you don't want it real thick on there, so we're going to divide this into 2 trays. I have a chunk in there. Alright, that one looks good so far. We've got to set our oven to 350 degrees because this is going to bake for between 30 and 40 minutes. Okay? I might have to put a little more in there. Now maybe I'll put a little more in here. Have this evenly divided between the two. Make sure you scrape your bowl. You don't want to leave none behind if you can help it. Okay. All right. So that's going to go right over there and get rinsed out. We're going to spread this around. And some of my little almonds are still whole, and that's all right. It won't hurt nothing. You could do slivered almonds. You could do whole almonds if you chose. Do whatever you want with this. You can make this your own. Okay. So as soon as my oven is ready, let me move this around here. And as soon as our oven is ready, we'll get these put in. And while these are baking, we'll get our pumpkin bread going. Okay? And we're going to stir this I'm going to stir this about once. Halfway through, I'll give it a stir. Okay, so these are going in the oven. Oh, look at this, friends. It's getting dark and beautiful. It's nowhere near done yet, though. We gotta mix it. Oh, I burnt my finger. That's hot. Just kind of mess this up and move it around. Okay, this one's going to go back in. We're going to do the same to this one. Oh, look at how beautiful that's getting. It's looking wonderful. Look underneath there. Beautiful, golden. Gorgeous. I keep burning my finger on that. Okay. All right, that's our halfway mark. We mixed it up, turned it over. It's going to go back in the oven until it's done. Okay, friends. These are gorgeous. Look at that. I'm gonna put this in here. Beautiful. Oh, it smells wonderful too. Oh, that's gorgeous. Put this one in. And this will even crisp up even more as it cools too. So now, see that, how beautiful that is? Gorgeous. Okay, now we're going to put in our, well, let's see. It would be a cup of cranberries. So we're just going to kind of guesstimate here. Two good handfuls ought to be a good cup. Maybe a little more. All right, that's good. Now we're just going to mix this up. And I'm going to just leave this in here to finish cooling off. That breaks me up. And crisp up. See how beautiful that is? I'm going to leave that all right in there. I'm not going to package this up till tomorrow. And I'll put this in my pantry. It'll get nice and crispy overnight and cool off completely. And then we can package it in our nice little bags and put it together for gifts. And I'll show you that in tomorrow's video. All right, friends. Let me get a nice whisk here. We're going to do, we've got the granola done. Oh, that's going to be wonderful. Now we're going to do this beautiful pumpkin, a chocolate chip pumpkin bread. It doesn't call for nuts. It calls for chocolate chips, obviously. But I am also going to put some pecans in it because I know who I'm giving it to and they will love that. So that's what we're going to do with this. So with this being said, we're going to start with 4 eggs. Let me put my... There we go. 4 large eggs. Okay. We're going to put 2 cups of sugar and then we're going to whip that up a little bit. You don't need a mixer for this, although you could use one if you want. It calls for 2 cups of sugar. This is a ½ cup. So I need 4 of these. And again, I always tell you, I'll put the recipes down there. I hope I didn't lose count. If I did, I'll have to blame it on somebody. All right, we'll mix this together. Just get a nice little whip so those eggs are mixed and that sugar's all broke up. I got a couple clumps in there. Okay, with that we're going to put in 1 can of pumpkin. Not pumpkin pie spice, the pumpkin puree. Make sure it's just puree. Okay? Coming out of there. All right. And then we're going to need 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. So we'll do this where I can see this. 1.5 right there. 1.5 cups. Seems like an awful lot, doesn't it? That'd be like 3 sticks of butter. Is that it? I got it. 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. Well, this definitely isn't diet, is it? But that's all right. It's Christmas, so it's for somebody's present. It's a treat. I've got my oven preheated to 350. We're going to mix this up. Get it mixed in together. Beautiful. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to trade this in for a spatula. And we're going to mix in our flour. And we're going to need 3 cups of flour. Okay, we got the oven's ready. We got 3 cups of flour. We're going to use 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. You can, that's what it calls for. I don't want to say you can do whatever you want, but this is what it calls for, 2 teaspoons. All right. Oh, that stuff smells wonderful. And if you're looking for apple pie and pumpkin pie spice, I do have a video on both of them. And I'll link it up here because it is Christmas time. You know, it is the holidays and they're wonderful. It's just absolutely wonderful. You'll love it. Let's see. 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Not baking powder, baking soda. Okay? 1 teaspoon of each. So here goes 1 teaspoon of baking soda. A little more than that. Okay? And 1 teaspoon of salt. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to mix this together before we add our other stuff in there, because we'll just fold our chips and our nuts in here. Get that mixed up really good. All right. maybe. I'm going to get my whisk out. I'm going to save this though. I'm going to get another whisk out. I'm going to whisk any lumps out of this. Like a cake, you know. It's about the same consistency as a cake. I've never made this one before. Not this recipe, but I bet it's wonderful. It smells good anyway. But we'll see how it turns out. Okay. Now, I'm going to get my board out here that I was chopping almonds on, and I'm going to chop up some pecans. Okay. It calls for, doesn't call for anything, but it calls for 1.5 cup of chocolate chips. So I'm going to do about a good cup of walnuts, and that'd be about two good handfuls. We'll cut that up. That's probably all we're going to need. And I'm just going to give this a rough chop. There we go. I don't want real big chunks, but I don't want it ground up either. Get these all in here. And in there. Okay. Okay, we got them.
Hello, friends.
Got his way. All right, we'll put these. These are chopped up pretty good. We put all them in there. And then calls for 1.5 cups. So I'm just going to do 3 nice handfuls. And we'll put a little in for good measure. A little more in for good measure. I never follow a recipe completely. You always make it your own, you know? All right, we'll mix this up. Oh, these are gorgeous. Look at that dough. Beautiful. And our oven is ready. These are going to have to bake for about 60 to 70 minutes. And while that's baking, of course, we're going to do our eggnog. And that'll be our last recipe, so that means we'll get to all of them. How nice. And then tomorrow, we'll work on, I'll leave that in there. We'll work on putting it all together. I got to spray my 2 pans, and I spray them over the sink. And if anybody's wondering why I spray them over my sink, if I spray them on the floor, I got wood floors. And let me tell you, that'd be like putting furniture polish on your wood floors. I can't afford to fall and break a hip, neither can my hubby, or anybody else for that matter. So I just spray it over the sink where it won't, I don't like this spray. Where it won't make a mess on the floor. This spray isn't the greatest. I don't know what it is. It's Benton Lane food release. I don't care for it. I guess I like the good old dollar store spray. It works good. Oh, this stuff is horrible. All right, we're gonna divvy these up in our pans. Don't leave any behind. Make sure you scrape it all out of there. I better put this over here. All right. Right in the sink that goes. Okay. Just kind of even that out a little bit. Looks good. Beautiful. Okay, these are going in the oven, friends. 350 degrees for 60 to 70 minutes. I'm going to get my mess cleaned up, and we're going to get to making our eggnog. And we'll get it all done. Okay, friends. We're going to do the eggnog. And we got a heavy bottom pan. Beautiful. We're going to put 2 cups of, and I've got whole milk. You can use whatever milk you want. But I've got 2 cups of whole milk. And I'm going to add, first I'm going to turn this up. You don't want this to boil though. But ultimately this is a cooked recipe. So ultimately this will be at 160 degrees. Okay. So we're going to put a half a teaspoon. So it says, yes, half a teaspoon of sugar or cinnamon. We're going to put that in there. That's all we're going to put in there for this minute. And we're going to mix this up. Get yourself a little whisk. Now you're going to want this to heat up, but you're not going to want to heat it up to boiling. Okay? Because then you're just going to want to temper your eggs a little bit. I need a bigger dish to do that with. I got 6 egg yolks in this little dish. I'm going to put them in this big one. Oh, look at that one broke, and I don't want to waste that. Okay. Okay. We got to turn this way down because we don't want this to boil. Okay. That's going to be wonderful. Okay, so now we got to put sugar in these eggs. This shouldn't be boiling. Almost looks like it's boiling, but it's down too low to boil. Oh, it's the bubbles popping in it. Okay, it's good. We're going to need a half a cup of sugar. And that is... Where is my sugar? Right here. Okay. We're going to put a half a cup of sugar in here. In with these eggs. I'm only doing a single batch of this, so you can double and triple it if you want. 1/2 cup. Okay, put that right in with your eggs because we're going to whip that till it's light and fluffy. Okay? See? Whip that up till it's light and fluffy. Just keep whipping. See how it gets lighter and lighter? Okay, that's pretty light. Okay, see the color of that in the light? Beautiful. That's what you want. We're going to get that out of there. Okay, so now I want to take the temperature of this. And I've got a thermometer right here. Okay, we can do this now. Turn that down a little more. All right, we're going to temper these eggs. I'm going to move you back here because this, friends, is how you temper eggs. Okay? Because you don't want them to cook on you. So you just get in there and mix it. And mix it really good. Okay? That way they won't cook on you. See that? Just mix them real good. Okay, now they're tempered. Now hopefully they won't cook on us. Pour them right in there and get mixing. Alright. Okay. You don't want this to go over 160. You just want to bring it to 160. And we'll take the temperature of that now. And I like to just kind of tilt the pan so you don't get the bottom of it. And it's at 145. Okay, so we're going to leave it go a little bit more and keep stirring it. Okay, we're going to take the temperature again. We got to keep a close eye on that. It's at 156, 57, 59, 160. Okay, now that it's at 160, those eggs are cooked, but they're not scrambled in here like they could be. So we're going to set our oven mitt right here so you can see this. Let me fix this. Okay, see that? Beautiful. Alright, so now we're going to add our 1.5 cups of heavy cream, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then we're going to put some nutmeg in there. So 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Okay, that's going in there. Beautiful. That's going to be wonderful. Then we're going to do our 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Put that in there. Get that mixed up. It smells wonderful. Okay, now here's a nice secret for you. I always use a whole nutmeg, okay? And I use my little microplane here. And there it goes. You can use already ground nutmeg, but I'm telling you what, the whole nutmeg, if you grind it yourself, it's like 10 times better. So just keep adding some in there, because I like, wouldn't you know it. Well, I wonder how many other people have done this. Drop the nutmeg in there. There it comes. We're going to rinse this off and use a different one. I got 3 of them. Okay, here we go. We're going to try this. A little bit more. We're not going to use a whole bunch, but the nutmeg is wonderful in it. And you want at least a good, like half teaspoon. And I can smell it, so it's good. We're going to call that good. We're going to mix this up. Beautiful. Look at that. All right, now I'm going to pour this, hopefully I can do this good, into a quart jar. I can't pour it from the left. I got to pour it from the right-hand side. We're going to pour this in a quart jar. That's beautiful. And then this part, this little bit, I'm going to pour in this cup. That's going to be for Mr. Wayna to taste test. This needs to chill. And I'll put a little lid on it. But this needs to chill about 4 hours. And then it'll be ready to drink. Or keep in your fridge to take somebody for a present. So anyway, we're going to put these in the fridge, get this mess cleaned up, and I'll see you when the pumpkin bread's done. Okay, friends. Okay, friends. We got everything done that we set out to do. The only thing that's not finished is the pumpkin bread, but that's in the oven. Everything else is good. And I will show you, we'll put it all together when, I'll show you a picture of everything when it's all done. I'll bring you back, I'll show you the pumpkin bread. I got everything cleaned up from baking. Very simple, because I always clean as I go. My dishwasher's running, you can hear. I washed my pan from my eggnog. Got to put that away. And now, it is very late. Well, it's late for us. It's 7. And poor Mr. Wayna has not eaten any dinner. So I'm going to just break. I'm going to whip him up something to eat for dinner. When the pumpkin bread is done, I'll bring you back and we'll show you how that turned out. And then everything will be ready for tomorrow to put our gifts together. So I'll see you in a little bit. Well, there we have it, friends. We've got our beautiful pumpkin bread that turned out just gorgeous. And it did bake for 70 minutes. We've got our wonderful homemade eggnog that's going to make a luscious gift. We've got our homemade granola that we put together for gifts as well. And don't forget the pumpkin or the peanut butter blossom cookies. I gave you the recipe a few videos back. We baked those off today and got them ready for our baskets as well. So friends, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm glad you stopped by. I will see you tomorrow, and until then, have a wonderful evening, and thanks for watching.